Welcome to the Plead the Fifth podcast, recorded in the Bullhucker studio.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the podcast. Here recorded at Bullhucker Studio in the bowels of the Brush Emporium, 210 Clayton Street. Hey man, if you're new to the podcast, welcome aboard man. I hope you subscribe and follow us and check out all our podcasts at bullhucker.com. In this episode, we had a couple of ex-coworkers slash buddies slash partners in crime. Rick Stroh and Landon Doyle come on and answer 12 questions about everything from life, love, time travel, music, and everything in between. If you do like what you see, you can go ahead and click on the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. It's a little red dot, man. That's our subscribe button. It's a small click for you, but a big click for us. Now, time for the podcast.
It's just minor.
See, the apples are fine. It's the Obama phone.
Shut the hell up.
The Obama. All right. So we rolled a 7?
Yes, sir.
7. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All right, boys. You ready to answer some questions?
Hell yeah.
But I got to tell you something real quick, though. This is going to be episode like 10 or something, 9?
Sweet.
And in 9 episodes, Rick Stroh has been badmouthed like crazy on this podcast. Like, is this going to fail? Is this podcast going to... No, not at all, man.
Bullhooker, you were like every other episode.
Yeah.
Mine included.
Yeah. You're like a fucking Sasquatch. Like, people are like... Do you listen to Bullhooker? Do you think Rick Stroh's an actual guy? Do you think that guy exists?
When they come into the dealership, they're like, who's your manager? Rick Stroh? Oh, no.
I wish that translated to monetary value because it sure as hell has not.
I'd buy a car for you, but I heard your story, just some bitch. Right? All right, who rolled the 5?
I did.
You're going first. Are you ready, brother?
Yes, sir.
All right. Landon.
Yes.
What is one piece of fashion that has went out of style that you wish would make a comeback?
So I thought long and hard about this one. I'm very big on fashion. I like clothes.
Very big.
Yeah. And again, my answer does not at all go for us three, just to throw this out here. But you know those shorts that James Bond wears on like his swimsuit? Like his swim trunks, his short, not the Speedos, because I know Rick loves the banana hammocks. But there's just
my inner gay self.
You talk about the little tennis shorts from the 80s, right?
Yeah,
there you go.
Like those swim trunks
call.
that James Bond wears in
likes
like every
the bulge.
movie.
He's looking at the bulge.
I'm just saying.
This is the second podcast those goddamn shorts have come up in, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
As a fat kid, I'll promise you, if you ever got in some of those, you don't want to.
I know, and that's
like
why I
the
said not us
Sandlot
three.
back in the day.
But I'm saying, like, it's a good look for guys.
On guys.
On guys, it's a good look.
You're talking about the one with like the border on it, right? And like
yeah. Like it's got the stripe around the top, the
one you
borders at
sleep
the
in?
bottom. Yeah. You sleep in.
Got him.
Damn.
Got him.
Damn.
On camera.
My wife can attest that I was sleeping those.
Nice.
I'm just saying, bro, like
Nice.
while going through puberty, those are the last shorts you should wear ever. I was just gonna say that.
Ever.
Am I wrong?
You guys are old enough. It was in
were
gym
old enough.
class. Yeah, I did.
It was mandatory back in those days.
Yeah.
Where every gym class in every 80s movie, every dude is wearing those things.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Porkies, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking Porkies.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Carrie Ankrum. That episode came out last week. 2 weeks ago. Anyway, that was her thing. It took a minute for me to understand what she was saying. Like, what kind of shorts? And then we found out, and I was like,
yeah.
But she was like, no, men look good in those shorts.
Don't get me wrong.
Like,
if you look like Sean Connery and those guys, go for it. Not us. I would not say us. None of us need to wear
There's
them.
very little I wear that's flattering. I'm not going to
Maybe
lie
in
to you.
kindergarten I could have pulled them off, but not now.
Yeah.
Actually, I think there's a picture of me and my brother wearing.
Guarantee it.
Looks
The
like a
high
little scary ass
socks,
picture.
Guarantee it. With
The tube socks
on
pulled
them.
up
Yep,
all the way to
exactly.
your knees
Two
because that was so
stripes.
cool.
Oh yeah. I'm
That's a good
telling you.
look, man. It's a good look.
You say so, brother. All right.
I like them.
Well, that's how we start this one off. Okay.
All right.
Rick Stroh, what is one piece of fashion that has went out of style that you wish would make a comeback?
Dude, I'm telling you, if I had hair, I think my brother and I, we rocked the mullet, dude.
Oh, yeah.
We rocked the mullet. And there's a few guys pulling it off nowadays, but man, I would go all out. I'd go Joe Dirty. Not rat tail.
I'm just saying, you have not
Mullet.
been. My son wrestles. You
Yeah.
have not been to a. Oh my God.
I rest my case, Your Honor.
Are you going to close up?
I'll put it on the podcast again.
There you go, dude. See?
That's from 2011,
That
bro.
was
That's
the shit right there.
That was, except for it's a skullet because I don't have the hairline to support it.
Obviously, we don't either, but.
So,
That was out of business on the front and party in the back.
that's right.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
right. It was a
That's-
speakeasy because there was no in the front.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I think the lesbians have kind of taken it over, but
Yeah,
I think nothing against lesbians.
You've
but
made
I'm
a
just
gay
saying,
and lesbian comment already.
Yeah.
You know you're
part of
going to
our
get him
world.
canceled in a minute.
part of our world.
Rick,
It's part of our world.
Some of them look damn good on them too.
Dude,
they
I'm not
know
saying it's
rock
bad. I'm just saying that they rock it more than anyone right now, and it's.
I will say my son wrestles, and
Who's the quarterback we were just talking about? From the Bills, doesn't he?
Oh,
kinda
Josh
run?
Allen. No, he's just got long hair.
Yeah.
yeah, he just had
Oh,
long hair.
my bad.
I don't know last mullet in the NFL, but it's not been long ago.
So it's not cool.
Yeah. When I worked at the dryer, there was a bunch of younger guys that thought it was
Yeah.
great. Even the plant manager thought it was great.
Yeah.
But they're like, you should do this, you should do that. I'm like, listen, you son of a bitch. This isn't my first rodeo with a mullet, okay? This is just a comeback tour.
Yeah.
I'm not putting little lightning bolts in it because that's not a mullet.
No.
Okay, that's you.
Our sides were never that short. I had to look like you were pro and front.
Dazzling my mullet. You stay away from
The
me.
beans.
But so
You need
bad.
one strand braided like you just came back from Jamaica.
Every,
Yeah.
every Oktoberfest they have a mullet competition here.
Oh,
Do they?
really?
Oh yeah, at the San
Really?
Movie Theater on Oktoberfest. Yeah.
I'm
I
sure
did not know
Casey's won it a time or two.
Casey,
I'm sure.
Blake, Casey
Oh,
Blake.
yeah, Casey
Shout
Blake.
out to Casey Blake from Holyoke,
Yep.
I
mayor and all.
gotta tell you, there's been some pretty impressive mullets in that thing by younger gentlemen. I was
yeah.
good for you, man.
There you go.
Good
I'm
for
saying,
you.
you walk around those wrestling tournaments, and I've never seen so many 7 to 10 year olds just scream. I live in a trailer park, but yeah, it's great.
Joe Dirte.
Yeah.
Joe
But on
Dirte.
the other side of that, Billy Cyrus. I mean,
Oh, bro.
Oh,
oh, wait, is it Billy Cyrus? No,
He's
yeah, Billy Ray
Billy
Cyrus.
Ray Cyrus, yeah.
I mean, I heard he's kind of jacked up right now.
I'm just saying he was cool back in the day, not anymore. Okay,
Achy breaky heart, bro.
Achy breaky heart.
breaky
One of the
heart.
worst ever. Okay,
Yep.
good start, boys. Rick, we're going to stay with you. Rick,
Yeah.
what's a movie everybody loves that you can't stand?
Dude, I didn't have to search long for this one. Dirty Dancing.
Dirty Dancing.
God. Not just
No one keeps
the
baby
whole
in the corner.
premise of the whole damn show, dude.
Yeah.
It's not a guy's show. I mean, Patrick Swayze, total stud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roadhouse.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
He Ghost. That's kind of a chick flick. He
Yeah.
nailed that one.
Yeah,
Him
yeah.
and Demi. But yeah, no thanks. Dirty Dancing can stay in the closet or in the corner or wherever the hell it's going. I don't care. Just not on my screen.
I'm going to appreciate that answer because a lot of people are throwing answers at me that I get offended at now.
Yeah.
Do you know what your
Oh, I'm
ex-wife's
sure.
answer was?
What's that?
Did you watch Dencia's, what her answer was?
I did not.
Caddyshack.
Oh, get.
Yeah. No, she
Well,
said
obviously,
you and
Dincy and I
Carrie
don't agree about very many
did- Oh,
things.
yeah. Well, because you'll see the
Or there are
Rodney,
some things we don't agree on.
the Rodney stuff in the house.
Dude,
She
gotta
wouldn't say it
love
out
Rodney.
loud at first. She's like, "You're gonna be mad." You're gonna be mad. I'm like,
Sure,
She's just
Dincy.
staring at that
Sure,
picture.
Dincy.
Tear the band-aid off.
Carrie probably had to tell her,
Yeah.
Dance, come on.
Come on.
Yeah.
She did not take notes before. Did not.
So,
Well, that's the fair and honest part. She doesn't care. She'll just
Yeah.
say it.
oh, she doesn't care. That's what makes Dencia Dencia.
Point of the
Right? Hell
question,
yeah.
man.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's the fun.
That's what makes her awesome. All right, Landon, what's a movie everyone loves that you can't stand?
Man, I was thinking about this, honestly. I had to look up a little bit.
Does this go on regular screens or just the CD ones?
Yeah, I thought about this one for a minute, and in my time, a lot of my friends loved Avatar. Couldn't stand it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I've never finished the whole thing. I've fallen asleep every time.
Right.
It's a horrible, I don't know. And now they're coming out with a second or third. I don't know, but
Third
it's
one.
2 minutes. Yeah,
That's where
third
I'm at on
one,
the
right?
second one. I've never seen
Yeah,
the
I've
whole
never,
damn thing. and
I've
I've
never
started
seen
out
the
like
first
5
one
times.
at all. And
It's
I
a
know a
dream
lot of
world.
my friends are like, "Oh, it's Avatar," and I'm like, "I don't care." Other than that, and I know my wife's gonna hate this, but another one that I cannot stand is Titanic. I mean, truthfully, the boat sank. Get over it. Like,
but-
let's go. You know, there's one scene I've watched over and over again, and I think we all know that one. But
The artwork.
Yeah,
I
the
watched
art
it
drawing.
for the artwork.
Dude, I'll tell you my favorite scene. Well, that one's big, but the one that made I go to see it in the theater.
Yeah.
because everybody did, right?
Yeah.
By the way, you would have got none back in the
Oh,
day
I
because
know.
that was
I know.
that was
I
the
understand.
Notebook of the
And it
day.
was so long.
I know.
Everybody's crying, everybody's sad.
Yeah, it's like
and
5 hours.
So it was a surprise when it sank.
Yeah, you know what
That's
happened?
why it was so sad.
So many people died. Yeah, this was real.
agree
You
with
guys do know that, right?
The sentiment that the door was damn big enough for 2 people.
I
That's
know.
dumb as shit
Yeah.
right
I
there.
know.
But the part I laughed at out loud and looks at in the theater was when it dips up, right? It's bobbing like this.
Yeah.
And the one guy's hanging on for dear life falls off and
spins.
yeah.
Hits the rudder, and I'm like, dude, he gets to go to heaven special. I was like, welcome to heaven. He's like, heaven? He's like, yeah.
That was just the icing on the cake of drowning in freezing cold ass water.
Yeah.
I hit
Which
the
way
rudder.
would you rather choose to go?
I hit the rudder. Yeah, you hit the rudder hard. Yeah.
Hard.
Concussion, definitely.
You got the cloud with the rails around it.
This is our special farm.
I started laughing, and people turn around and look. I'm like, whatever, that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
That's the best part of this movie.
Telling you.
It was a nice touch.
Yeah.
I remember my sisters. I mean, both of them were older. I was too young, but yeah, they like people stood in line. I mean, even
was
in
nuts.
Fort Morgan to go watch that movie, and I was like,
Well, not much
what?
to do in Fort Morgan.
Well, yeah, true. But I mean, I remember, and my sister, my second oldest sister, my oldest sister wanted to go watch it. Second oldest sister had to go with her. My mom said, and she wore a shirt that said, "The boat sank, get over it," and
wow.
it had like the Titanic
Yeah.
halfway in, and I'm
Yeah.
like, "That's a cool shirt. I love that." And then she she didn't stay very long. My other sister finished the movie.
Not the full 3 hours?
No, no, she got booed out.
To go back to Avatar, the one brilliant part about that, Steven Spielberg, he tells the story so well, you're actually rooting against the human race.
Yes.
You're rooting
Good
for the
call.
blue people. You hope
so
they kick
true.
the humans' asses.
I've seen enough of it that it's a cool. I mean, just the CGI and all that. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a great movie, but I just can't. I've never finished it, and one day I will, but
Yeah.
it's not going to be soon. So
The part that got me about that movie was after the fact, when there were people literally crying.
yeah.
Because there's no Avatar Land or whatever the
Yeah,
hell it's
yeah,
really
their
called.
planet or whatever,
Yeah, dude, they
yeah.
were so sad that it was
Yeah.
fake. They wanted to go to that.
Well, and
you talk about like Furbies to the next level or whatever the hell they're called.
Furries.
Furry, my bad.
Yeah, they made like the SNL skit that they made off of that was
did I?
hilarious.
Yeah,
I mean, like
yeah.
those things are so funny, and it gave just a new genre of like things to make fun of.
Right.
But
Good point.
man, I can't stand it. I
Yeah.
just fall asleep every time. It's so. If you could have shortened that up just a little bit, probably would have been fun.
Yeah, and like the second one's like 4 hours too, right?
I'm sure it's long.
seen it.
I've not even started that
Yeah.
one.
It's the
I gotta
water
finish
one.
the first one.
I just
first.
saw there's a third one coming out.
Yeah.
On my
No, they're so popular.
on my MSN this
Yeah.
morning talking about it.
And I have a ton of friends in that nerd community that are going to be real
You
mad.
do?
If they hear this, they're going to be real mad. But
You're
I don't-
not in the closet on the nerd
I don't
community.
care. Yeah, no,
Okay,
I'm
all
very
right.
nerdy.
All right.
That's all right. I'm all right with it.
Landon, we're going to stick with this one with you.
Yes, sir.
This is from episode 1, Matt Gordon, because at the end, if you want to throw a question in there for me to put in eventually one of the next episodes, I will. But this comes from Matt Gordon. Landon, how would you explain color to a blind person?
I knew I was going to get this one first, man. Rick's ready for this one.
I'm not really ready.
This was one of the craziest questions, and I know you said we could pass on one. I'm not going to pass on it, but this I thought about. It's so hard to think about that because I mean, you're not blind, clearly, so
Yeah.
we don't know. Man, I could equate it to the only thing I could really equate it to is like food,
Yeah.
you know, or just the general feeling of like a sunrise on your face. It's so warm. That's kind of what yellow and reds are like.
Yeah.
You know, touching ice or snow, like that. You know, that's the blues and cool colors and just kind of that art style of saying like warm colors, cool colors, those kind of things. Food would be the next thing. Like, you know, this. It's just so hard to think about that and really
Right.
explain to someone. Yeah, I just couldn't do it. And my wife told me just to tell you guys I was colorblind and go that route. But I was like, man, I'm already half deaf, so I don't want to. I don't want to claim another thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's the only way I could do it is just try to go off of those kind of things.
Yeah,
So,
Matt threw that out there. And I was like,
That's deep.
it's
dude.
tough,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
It is.
Deep.
Well, that's
Shit, you're not
It's the
as
only deep one I
simple
got.
as I thought you were.
it's been fun watching people try.
why
So
I
like,
brought you.
like flowers. Oh, this is red.
Yeah,
That's solid.
yeah. And I even
go to a cow farm. This is brown. This is what brown smells like.
I even I asked my daughter and I were waiting for my son at wrestling practice the other night, and I read her some of these questions, and we were kind of talking.
Really, you phone friends?
Yeah, and
Jeez.
I mean she's 11, and I
Sometime.
thought, well, maybe if she gives me something good, I'll use it. And I asked her that question, and she's like, she's like, next question. I was like, no, you got to answer these questions. And she's like, Dad, I don't know. And then we kind of were talking about it, and then we went through the kind of like a sunrise on your face and
Right.
cold
solid.
snow and
Associate color with feelings.
yeah, exactly. And
That's
that's
solid.
and we all do it, right? I mean,
I
like
dig it.
Fast food restaurants do it and all those kind of things. So that was the best thing that we could kind of come up with. So
It's
No,
a
that's
tough one.
It is a
solid.
toughie.
It's like though it's like music. You hear a song, and you're like, God dang! I remember like 3 summers ago, we
Yeah.
just listened to this constantly. Or
Yeah.
when I was in high school, everyone relates
Exactly.
back to high school.
Right.
Man. Let's jam to this, and that the feeling
Yeah.
that you had back then comes
Exactly.
over you.
Right.
and it's
that's
yeah,
pretty
it's the
solid.
same thing. It would be the same thing asking to explain music to a deaf person. Like,
Right.
it's so hard
Yeah,
to equate something.
Kind
to
of, but
all
they
of
can feel
these.
vibrations, so it's a little different.
It is,
You know.
and I'll give them that. And yeah,
Like
I
the
know.
movie Private Parts.
Yeah.
That face.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Yeah, I went back to there was a comedian one time that I think it might have been Robin Williams
Okay.
that said, how do blind people know when they're done wiping? Honey, want to proofread this for me? That's all that came to mind.
It's like a Sharpie.
That's horrible.
It is horrible, dude. But my dad was quite the comic, and we always watched funny stuff growing up, and that was
You might have been smoking some grass too. You didn't know that. So.
If you knew my dad, you know that wasn't true. He was just a normal smartass.
Rick Stroh, how would you explain color to a blind person?
Honestly, Landon's a solid dude. He put in extra time on that one, homework. I really don't know. I seriously didn't come up with anything. Landon's is probably the most logical.
Yeah.
Definitely. Gosh dang. I can't imagine as like a parent, that's got to be so tough.
Right.
There's so many things in the world as you get older you appreciate that you don't have to deal with.
Right.
The stuff you deal with is sometimes bad enough, but the stuff you don't have to deal with is amazing. But I really didn't come up with anything. I mean, Landon's as solid as hell. So good job, Landon. Landon won.
He lied to
It took me a while, but my answer was through taste as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah, yellow is mustard. It's white bland. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
right.
that's
Good
about
call.
the only way.
Angel food cake. Right? Yeah.
Texture. People said
Which
texture
is
a lot.
sad,
Yeah.
right? I mean, because at the same time, you got like I said, you'd have lemon also.
Yeah.
To me,
For yellow.
For
Yeah.
yellow. Mm-hmm. But it talked about a stark contrast
Right.
to mustard.
Yeah.
So as
Yeah.
much as it makes sense to us on one hand,
Never feed
on the
them
other
mustard.
hand,
Yeah.
Whatever they eat first, don't feed them the next yellow.
I mean, that's yellow, I swear. Mom, this tastes way different. I don't know what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
What is lemonade? This is gross. It's yellow. No, mustard's good.
Mom's mixing.
This is horrid. All right. Rick, we're going to stick with you, man.
Yeah.
What is a talent you wish came naturally to you?
Man, stamina? No,
Weight loss.
reject food.
Working out.
Landon's got a whole list. Making me feel even worse. No, I honestly, music. Man, I look at some of these. I mean, there are thousands of artists out there every day on every phone and every channel and everything you scroll through. Dude, people who can just sing, that is seriously awesome. I think back to being a kid and the girls in the class that could really sing well.
Yeah.
I was always super impressed.
Right.
Not by the girl themselves, but this is the
Right.
talent because we were
Right.
in grade school age. But then now as an adult, you watch somebody who gets up there and can sing and play a guitar, like Aaron Lewis, from Stain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, just to have that talent,
Yeah.
play the piano, sing, or just play the piano by itself, let alone sing on top of it.
Right.
Holy cow, dude, that's a whole nother language to me. It really is.
Or like Prince, who can walk on that stage and play 9 of the 10 instruments.
Oh,
Yeah,
play
exactly.
it well.
I
Exactly.
have a buddy, Mike Smith. No, shout out to Mike Smith.
What's
man,
up,
dude.
Mike
He-
Smith?
Yeah, dude. He played at the bar, the last Bob Stock and stuff with his band. Dude, that guy could play. He'd come over when we were kids, listen to an old Alice Cooper song or something, and he could play it after
spit
maybe
it out.
one or two times.
Yeah.
Straight up amazing.
Yeah.
Seriously, the shit. And I wish I had half that talent.
That's my
Any of
answer,
that
too.
talent.
That's
Is
my
it?
answer, too. Absolutely.
Dude, seriously.
All right, Landon, what is the talent you wish came naturally to you?
Rick and I talked about that a lot, honestly.
Yeah.
Especially with our kids and stuff like that. Is just picking up a guitar.
Yeah.
And being, I don't even want every instrument. Like, just pick up a guitar and
Yeah.
be able to just strum, like, at a campfire or whatever. I mean, that would be crazy. But since he stole that one, and I knew he was going to come with that one.
You did.
Because we've talked about it so much in the past.
With some downtime.
Weirdly enough, I think my second choice would be to just be able to pick up languages. Just be able to, when
That is
people
good. That's
are
solid.
like being able to just, you see on TikTok or, Facebook or those, and they go to other countries and they're like, the Chinese people are making fun of the white guy, and then he orders in perfect, Chinese and stuff like that. You're like, and that would be amazing to be, just be able to pick up a language so quickly. I took 4 years of Spanish. I took 3 years. My Spanish teacher asked my mom not to put me in Spanish 4. So yeah, knowing that
Or is
that
it
just
'cause you
is
flunked one?
such a hard thing. I passed all of them. Just being able to pick up languages, I think would be my number one.
That's
just to
solid.
be able to be fluent in, a dialect.
Right.
So
I do. I watched Maricela Palma and
Yeah.
Ever Burciaga and
Yeah.
Jamie Perez. Man,
Dude, just
sitting
rock
there
Spanish
back and
and kill it.
forth.
Yeah.
It is awesome. It really
Yeah.
is. And when they're completely fluent in it, because I've known Spanish people before.
Yeah.
That can understand it. It's crazy to me. They can understand it,
Yep.
but they can't speak it as well.
Right.
And you can especially see it when you're doing business deals, car deals.
yeah. Or you can speak it and can't write
Yeah,
it.
dude,
Or you
it's so
can.
crazy. But someone who
Yeah.
can do both
Yep.
forward and backward, it's like, damn,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
I think that's huge. Yeah. Especially in the world we live in with the Somalians here and those kind of
Oh,
things.
yeah.
Like I worked at a bank for a long time, and it was so tough sometimes. And you pick up enough Spanish, like you're saying, just
Yeah.
enough to where I can get through that or a car deal or whatever. But yeah, I mean, just being able to pick up a dialect
Completely
is how some
fluent.
of these guys do,
Right.
and they're just so fluent in it,
it's
and it's like,
badass.
holy moly!
Have you seen those earbuds now that translate for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
That's madness.
I think I've got 2 pairs. I've never.
You never tried them? You never
those
tried
are from Wish.com. Those don't count.
No, this is like Time Kettle or some crap.
Yeah.
Jamie keeps going, why do you buy all this stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, and it would. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, you look at the AI and stuff that's
was gonna say,
coming
they-
out in the world.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, it's just gonna make us lazier and lazier, and it
Yeah.
is.
Is that
I mean, it's
the
gonna
newest
be the movie Wall-E.
The newest phone with the AI? They say that it's like instant
Gemini.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool, man. Even though it's an Obama phone.
Yeah. Here's the crazy part.
Shout out to Obama.
Guys, him and I, our age, man. This I never thought I'd see this in my lifetime. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Some of this
agreed.
stuff, it's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
It's the old Star Trek
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. You're joking, but you're not
it's
far
true.
off, man.
It's
you
totally
know?
true.
Well, I mean, it's the Super Bowl commercials with Chris Hemsworth and I can't remember, Chris Pratt.
Yeah, right,
When
right.
they have the Ray-Ban Meta
Yeah,
glasses
yeah,
on, and they're
dude,
like, "How
right.
much is this banana worth?" And
Yeah.
they're like, $4.1 million, and he's like, "That's art." And then Chris Hemsworth's like eating the banana. I'm like,
Yeah.
"Holy smokes, man!
Yeah.
Like those Meta glasses are ridiculous."
Yeah.
In the car business, you can attest to this. Like being able to have a pair of glasses on, just
damn.
walk out and be like, walk your inventory and show
Oh,
everybody
man.
on
Dude, right?
Facebook or live. Like that would be amazing.
It's going
Yeah.
to change a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know what? I don't want to go down this rabbit hole by any means, but
Yeah.
they say our government's like 20 years ahead of us anyway. So
Yeah.
this is just
Oh,
shit
yeah.
they're releasing that they
So
were,
Yeah,
true.
exactly.
that they were doing in 1983.
They're just
you
waiting.
know what I
They're
mean?
just like,
so
okay,
true.
now feed it to them.
There's no real aliens. It's really just our government that
Yeah.
being that advanced and keeping us in the dark.
You know you got an alien behind a keyboard somewhere.
That's why the toilet wasn't really $100,000. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy stuff. So,
crazy.
all right, who took that one first? That was.
That was
I think I did.
Rick
Yeah,
did,
okay,
yeah.
so we're gonna stick with you, Rick. Rick, what in life do you take for granted the most?
Dude, I'm getting to be an old man, sadly, and I don't work out like at all, let alone
Yeah.
enough. Health.
Yeah,
Straight up health.
Yes.
I've had some stupid things happen. I hurt my back like a month ago, and I was laid down for like 2-3 days, man.
Right.
It killed me.
Right.
And there was nothing logical that I did.
no,
But it gives you sympathy for people who do have. I can't imagine having chronic illness, constant stuff. Health. I mean, if you're younger, listen to the old people. Work out. And I remember when I thought, walking, that's not exercise. That was the dumbest shit I ever heard.
Now
Bro,
it's what you should do.
it's the simplest things.
Yeah.
It's seriously the simplest things. And so yeah, health. Straight up.
Yeah.
If you don't have it, that's all you focus on. Money and everything else. Family, friends go out the back door, whatever.
Right.
If you don't have your health. So
Yeah.
yep,
I
health.
agreed. It's a great answer, and that's one I deal with all the time. I'm trying like hell to get back into a workout routine, man. But
So tough.
You get busy. You get
Dude.
busy, and you make excuses. That's not bullshit. That's an
11,
excuse.
12, 13 hours of work. You don't
Yeah,
feel like working
yeah,
out
it's
now.
tough. It's tough. And I'm a fat guy for a long time, so I have a gym in my house.
I think
You know?
we're all kind of in that same,
I buy about once every 2 years. I buy a new piece of equipment, and I'm like, this is going to be the magic equipment that's going to make this is going to turn the tide.
I've got two, what are they, Bowflexes?
You bought a treadmill for
treadmill.
me.
that got moved inside and used one time.
Yeah.
Not by me. But so I feel you, bro.
Yeah.
I feel you.
They just laugh at you when you buy it. You know what I mean?
Dude,
Just like,
it's
Yeah, those
it's
people
the
in Shields
best
are like,
intentions,
good luck.
dude. It's so right. Yeah, they laugh all the way. It's
I bought my treadmill, I don't know, 8-9 months ago. Dick's Sporting Goods. It's heavy, the heaviest son of a bitch.
Yeah.
They send, I go, can you send
3/4 ton.
They come some kid. I say, can they come give me some help getting this in the back of my pickup?
Yeah.
They send some little guy. I mean, like Gage's size, but shorter. Just a stick.
skinny. Yeah.
This fucking kid
Hulk
this thing in the back of my truck. I'm like,
See, listen to somebody.
He's got the both legs. He's ready to go.
yeah.
It's not just a clothes hanger.
That kid's probably swinging a big hammer or something. He's all man, dude.
he's
all
hulking
man.
it.
Thank you for helping the old fat guy. I'm like, you help me get this in my car. This son of a bitch is heavy. I got to go to work at bad old fuck. So this question was from Brandon Lake in episode 3, by the way. Landon, what in life do you take for granted the most?
Man, mine is time with my kids. We're in the car business. You've been in it for
Too damn long.
Since when I was a
25.
child.
Yeah, I was gonna say you did
The
like
Model
stuff
T.
on like cement
Abacuses?
tablets, right?
Abacus,
Like, you carve things in.
Yeah.
No, we've been in it. I've been in it for almost 6 years now, and just the things you miss and those kind of things, man. And we've even talked about this before.
Too many times.
My kids are 11, 7, 3, and 1, and just the things you miss, man. I mean, I don't think I've seen one of my kids take their first steps. Just because I'm at work and we're in the car business, it's commission, it's that kind of, I have to be there to make money.
Yeah.
So something I've taken for granted though, with that is just, it's always, hey, you understand why dad can't be there.
Yeah.
And the kids are, yep, we get it. And I'm
Right.
like, man, they shouldn't get it.
Right.
They should be upset. But because it's been so long now, it's like, no, we get it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, that breaks my heart to be like, man, I've taken that for granted, and my wife stay at home and she gets to do those things and see those things, and it's like every day I come into something new and learn something new about the kids, and I'm
Right.
like, man, this is crazy. And so I've taken that for granted, and I've gotten a lot better over the past year and a half, but that's definitely something I've taken for granted, huge. So
Doug Shasso was just on the podcast. He was the previous
Love
episode.
Doug, dude.
Yeah.
Great dude.
Seriously.
But he got real serious. Not this question. This is the first time this question's come on here, but about growing up and spending all that time as a police officer. He goes, I didn't raise the kids. My wife raised the kids.
exactly.
And he told me if I had to go back, I wouldn't do it all over again. I'd pick a different profession. And that shocked me because he was a great cop.
Oh yeah, he was an amazing cop.
Honestly, it's because he's such a good guy.
He is.
He's the best.
He could do anything, and I'm not kissing his butt. He's just always been a super good guy.
No, I love Doug, man.
Yeah.
Dude, right?
When
He's
he did his
character.
last call, man, and they posted it on Facebook
Yeah,
and stuff,
right.
I was like, holy moly! Like growing up, knowing the Sashas and stuff like that, I was like, yeah, I get it, man. That's heartbreaking, but
Him and Lizzie were on here. This hasn't came out yet, so when we're recording this. But she's a little ball of energy too. It was just funny.
Oh yeah,
and
this
Doug's
is Chloe's
just
age.
so much.
Grew up with Chloe,
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Yeah. Doug and I worked together way back when Dincy was pregnant with Chloe.
Oh wow.
Him and I mowed lawns for Bob Bragg.
Okay.
So he really was like, "What the hell is going on with this kid?" But I mean, he was good dude from then.
Yeah, I've always liked Doug.
forward. Yeah, just good character.
I've dealt with him a lot with the city council when we go to the big conference and stuff. And fantastic man. So, all right, Landon.
Yes, sir.
What is one thing about your job that you wish more people understood?
the car business, man. There's so many things, honestly, and it's
You're
weird.
a salesman.
Yes, I'm a salesman.
Yeah.
Sorry, salesman, Transwest and Sterling. Used to work with Rick at McDonald Toyota, but man, one thing I really there's two, truthfully. One is our time is just as important as everybody else's.
Yeah.
And you can tell us no. I know salesmen have that reputation of pushy, and those kind of things. But when you tell me you're going to be at the dealership at a certain time, make that happen.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, like today, Tuesdays, I'm off. There's been times where I've driven to Sterling, and they're like, "Yo, we're going to be there at 1 o'clock." Okay. So I find a sitter, or because my wife works 1 day a week and those kind of things. But okay, I got to find a sitter. I got to have my mother-in-law watching, whatever the case may be. I got to drive all the way up to Sterling. I got to weirdly, you got to get dressed up. You got to look good. You got to go and do your thing. and then they don't show up. And you're just like, listen, I'm okay if you just tell me no.
Yeah.
If you just tell me I'm not interested anymore, or, we thought about it and it's just not, we don't want to look at cars, or we got to wait, or whatever the case may be. I don't care. If you tell me no, I'm going to be much more pleasant than if you waste my entire day off to go up there.
Yeah.
So that's the big one, man. Our time is important too. And we joke about it in the car business all the time. Like, man, I wish I was like a doctor. Be like, oh, you canceled your appointment? Cool, you owe me $50.
Yeah.
Like, you owe me a copay at least, because
Yeah.
I was here. You didn't cancel your appointment. You never called me. You just ghosted.
Yeah.
And now and then like a week later they'll come in, and you're
Right.
like,
Show up randomly when you're at lunch.
yeah, exactly. You know, or
Just
or,
ran an errand.
Yeah.
Or they'll
got
call
three
me
other-
the next week, and
or
they're
have
like,
3 other
oh,
customers right there.
yeah, or they'll call like 3-4 days later, and they're like, sorry, we couldn't make it, but we'd like to come in this Tuesday. Nope. I'm available Monday, Wednesday through Saturday.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
doing this Tuesday thing again because that's my day
That's a
off.
good call.
Yeah.
That's a good call.
So that's,
solid.
yeah.
That's because our approval rating is lower than Congress.
Yeah.
Nobody trusts the damn car guy.
Yeah, and they don't, and
the
I
problem
get
is people
that.
don't understand that we're not the same as the guys on the Front Range or in a big city.
Yeah.
Where you're going to see so many customers, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
To us, it matters.
Yeah.
I tell everybody, whether
Yeah.
you're from the Front Range, I'm going to treat you like the people I'm going to see at my aunt and uncle's grocery store.
Because
Or
we probably
at our
will.
bar, at
we'll
the club tap.
probably see you.
I'm going to see you in town,
Yeah.
so I'm not going to treat you like I'm never going to see you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to just try to make every damn dollar possible.
Yep.
Right.
So there's
I
a
was-
huge difference.
Yeah, when
Huge
I was on the
difference.
bull hooker, I talked about that. I said, I gotta see you in public.
Yes.
And
Right.
I've been
I treat you accordingly.
I've been berated a time or two in public by people who bought cars, and I get it. They're upset. Yeah. Travis. But yeah, there's also times where like, we that's your second biggest purchase that you're going to make in a lifetime, next to your house or
Right.
whatever. And yeah, I'm going to treat you the same as I treat my family. I've sold my family cars and those kind of things.
Right.
And I'm going to treat you the same exact way. But yeah, it is tough sometimes when you're just like, what in the world, man?
Yeah.
Like, just, if you respect me, I'm going to respect you. I'm not the type of salesperson to call you 900 times in a day.
Right.
But just respect my time. Because
Agreed.
again, it goes back to the, what do I regret the most? And,
Yeah.
like losing
Right.
that time with my kids. Like, I can't do it every single day. So
Yeah.
Bob Held sold me a Toyota Corolla.
Oh,
and it was the
Bobby
best.
Held.
It was the best little running car ever.
Yeah.
But it had low profile tires, and I replaced those tires so many times. And every time I see Bob, I'm like, every time I replace a tire, I want to stab you, Bob. I want to stab you. He's like, I love you, Larry. I'm like, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I want to cut you so fucking bad. Because it did. Don't ever buy low profile tires. Toyota Corollas are great vehicles. Don't buy low profile tires.
Don't do it.
Don't let your Mexican side come out like I did. It doesn't come out very often, but it came out that day, and there was nobody there to stop
how
me.
big of rims?
Yeah, the words that came out of my mouth were, "Those tires look sharp," and I heard myself
Was
say,
it sharp or sharp?
Sharp. It's sharp. Gee, those are slick.
it's
those are
sharp.
real slick. You know.
sharp.
And my uncle's like, they look like motorcycle tires. And I'm sorry, Ed, I should listen to you. But anyway, all right, Rick. Where were we at? What is one thing about your job that you wish people understood?
Well, since I'm in the same line of work, Landon will appreciate this one. Math applies at dealerships. Dude, there are so many people. I mean, I get it. I get that there's so many numbers involved in a deal. It's not, car deals aren't simple. They're dynamic. It's like a mortgage.
Yep.
Like Landon
Interest
said, second
rates
biggest,
and-
yeah.
yeah.
Your credit is a dynamic thing. It's not either good rates or bad rates. I mean, it can be.
Yep.
But for the most part, it's a dynamic equation. A lot of things go into it. However, math still applies.
Yeah.
If you're buying a $40,000 car, a $200 payment with nothing down, I don't care what kind of higher math you're doing.
Yeah.
It never works. I don't give a
Yeah.
shit. If you can figure it out, awesome, let's go. Because I would gladly do it. I would sell way more cars. I'd be a happier salesman. I'd
Yeah.
get more time at home with my kids and
Yeah.
grandkids.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, math still applies. And you get, so back to the CHARP thing. There are a lot of Spanish people who, for some reason, half of them have a mortgage, but they don't understand that their payment includes interest.
Yeah. Mhm.
So they will do what has been deemed, and it's not just our dealership, a lot of dealerships deemed it Mexican math, because they will add up all their payments and they'll say, oh, you're overcharging me by 15 grand. No, that's interest.
Yeah.
The bank makes that because they're taking the risk on you. So, I mean, which we've explained. I have personally been involved with with Marisol Palma,
Yeah.
explaining this to people,
everybody
from Mexico, and they still don't understand it. And I'm truly not making fun of those people.
Yeah.
It's either the way they're taught, and I don't know what the school system looks like in Mexico, or you know what I mean.
Right.
Truly, it's just something that is very common in that community, that they add it all up and they think that we're overcharging for the car. And I get it, because from that minute, it does look that way.
Yeah.
Until you slow down and think about it. Oh, the bank's got to make something
Right.
too.
I think-
And like I said, half of them have a mortgage. So I wonder how that went. Did they add up all that and go, holy shit,
Yeah.
I'm getting really
And
screwed?
I think part of it is, I mean, you can, the easiest, thing to explain people that is they're doing 5th grade math on a algebraic
Yes,
system,
level, yes.
because you have the interest rate, and people think we set the interest rate as car dealers. We don't. It's the bank. Is the bank
And
buying?
again, we go with the lowest
Yeah.
rate. I
We
would
went
rather sell
through-
more cars.
Well, we went through the COVID time where great credit scores were getting such high percentages that you've never seen.
12%.
And yeah, exactly. We were like, these people should be walking out with 2%.
Yes.
And they're walking out with 8-9%.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's such an equation, and it is tough.
And it's
'cause-
obviously universal. I'm at
Yeah.
obviously McDonald Toyota.
Yeah,
You're at
Transwest.
Transwest
Yeah,
Chevy.
Chevy, yep.
It's truly something in that world that I don't know if it's so unique, but it sure as heck feels like it.
Yeah.
Because it is something that we constantly cross,
Right.
and
And
it's almost insurmountable.
Even when you
really
print-
you can't really fix it if they've got it in their head. I mean, it's perception's reality. If
Yeah.
they think they're getting screwed, they're getting screwed.
screwed,
No
yeah.
matter how, even unless you're doing 0%, which geez is a
And
freaking memory.
80% of customers think that when they walk in
Yeah,
a car
it's
dealership
tough.
anyway.
It's a stereotype that you're
Exactly.
never going to beat.
No.
We're back there with, we got the elbow pad, blazers on, and we're charging
Used cars.
$6,000 over. Yeah,
Yeah.
we tape,
Yeah.
we
Kurt
duct tape
Russell.
like the
Right.
muffler together.
right.
But it's not. And even like being in the car business as long as I've been in there,
Yeah.
and compared to Rick, like even I don't understand all the math sometimes. I'm
Right.
just like, yeah, it's this percentage. Like
Right.
if you do that math, it works out. I can't do that math. And that's one of the, kind of the biggest things is the amortization. Did I say that word
Yes,
right? Yeah.
amortization.
Of interest over the life of the loan. You get charged per day and all those kind of things. It's crazy. But yeah, I would strongly agree with
Yeah.
the industries we're in.
You're right. The time frame and
Yeah.
the math.
Yeah,
I
it's
was
tough.
joking with this guy at one point in time. He sold me a pickup, my 2003.
You're right.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. And I was teasing him at one time because I said 27,000 is what I want to spend, and that's and so Rick calls me. He says, he goes, I got it down to $27,082 or something. I said 27,000. He goes, fuck you. Come sign it.
Rick loves weird numbers. He does not do flat
He's
numbers.
all, get your ass down here.
Suck.
You get your ass down here and you sign this. I'm not getting it down under 27,000.
Exactly.
I was like, I'm joking, Rick. But he's like,
Down to the penny that Trump will no longer print.
yeah. I'll drag your fat ass down here and I'll beat you to death in that car, And I was like, I'm coming, dude. I'm
Well,
coming.
even that math is crazy for us. When people
Yeah.
are like 27K out the door, we're like, you know how much math goes into that,
Yeah.
like to figure out taxes
Yeah.
and the percentage of taxes. Because in Morgan, especially, like you have a tax rate from
7%.
road to road to road. Like it's not the same all over, so it's
Mom,
too much.
Sell houses for a living. Mom just sold her house, and the lady that sold the house for was trying to explain to us all the ins and outs. And I get to the point. If there's one thing I've learned on city council, it's that just listen to the professional, the person who does this every day. You know what I mean? You're just gonna have to put some
True.
You got to put trust in people sometimes,
Well-
And our realtor was awesome anyway. She was fantastic. So
Yeah.
It's kind of like that's why you have a lawyer, a doctor. I mean, you're hiring a professional, and
Right.
I know in the car business you don't think of the same. It doesn't equate the same,
Right.
But it truly is. Like you said, it's people. We do it every day.
Right.
Most
yeah,
people, it's once every 3 years.
I mean,
Right.
we can get into it, at 18 and not need a degree, and
Yeah.
it is crazy because you just got to be able to talk to people
Yeah.
and love cars and those kind of things. Yeah, I mean, we're not doctors.
I think it's
but
kind of a
it is
contest
tough.
too to beat the car dealer. That's kind of a thing, right? That's
Yeah.
That's a point of pride with people. Like,
Well, and I agree, and it might have been more true in the past, but dealers have gone to really that buying cars is on a time frame, and it's sadly it's not even the customer's time frame.
Yeah.
It's on the dealer's time frame in the sense that all dealerships are now set up for volume. Truly, it's to get them in, get them out. So if you're going to buy a car, as soon as it hits whatever media you're on,
Yeah.
because you have a specific car you're looking for, you're going to pay more than if for some reason you're looking at a quote unquote less desirable vehicle that's been in someone's inventory for 60 days.
Yeah, 60 90
Dude, those
days.
owners want that car out.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they will discount it way more than anybody involved.
They're paying
Because
floor plan.
they're paying floor plan, which is interest on the car sitting on the ground. But see, this is all stuff they should teach in school, and they don't. Dude. That's the sad part. And owners want to get them out because hopefully a trade-in goes back through parts and services where they make money, because those departments make money on sales. So it's a dynamic equation. It really is. But yeah, an aged quote unquote vehicle in inventory, you're going to save more money than a fresh vehicle.
Right.
It's just a fact.
We could go on for days.
Yeah,
the stuff that
there
we
really
wish
is a
people knew
science
about the
to
car
it.
business. I mean, yeah, there is, and I mean, we're the biggest customers for our service departments. We have to. Used cars aren't new cars. You're not buying a new car,
Right,
and
yeah.
things could happen.
Right.
They're man-made machine. I mean, literally days and days on this question, and I knew this would be the longest question.
That's cool.
We have.
Sorry, Larry.
This
Yeah,
is the first
sorry.
episode this question appears on.
Oh,
nice.
okay.
And I'm excited
Don't
for...
do it again.
No.
In the future, they'll be like, screw those guys.
No.
That was 45 minutes.
No, you know what?
Buy a car.
That's a great answer,
show
though,
is
because I
this?
guarantee someone's listening to this didn't realize what you just said.
Yeah,
it is.
I honestly, I used to go to the high school for a couple teachers,
Job fairs and stuff,
and
yeah.
did literally a class one time a year or whatever, and would go over how to buy a car.
Yeah.
And and I'm the car dealer, and I'll look you right in the face whether you're at the grocery store, our bar or whatever. I will show you honestly how to buy a car.
Right.
Yeah.
And let us make a fair amount, which
Right.
there's an equation
That's
for
how
that
that's
too.
how the world works,
It doesn't
yeah.
have to be a ridiculous amount of money
Right.
for us to keep our doors open, because it's about getting them in and getting them out.
Well, we have some old car dogs that you've worked with up in Sterling,
Yeah.
and we had a customer, and it was the most interesting thing because I never ran into this, and the customer sat down and said, "I want this kind of a discount on a used car," and he was with one of the older salesmen, and he said, "How much do you think we have our used cars marked up, honestly?" And the guy said, "At least 10 grand."
Someone else that said that at our dealership.
Yeah, and I
was
said-
like, damn, I'd be the happiest guy
I said,
alive.
"That's what I'm saying,
bro.
Right.
People, we work off commissions.
awesome.
If I made 10 grand on every used car I sold,
Bro.
which is between 10 and 15 a
I'd
month,
work 5 hours a day.
I'd work
Not 10,
I'd work
12.
2 months a year, and I
Yeah.
would never regret
Yes,
missing time with my
agreed.
kids,
Right.
because we'd make. I mean, the percentage we make off of the I was like, what? The customer thinks we make 10 grand on this car.
And you know what? You're never going to convince them that it's not.
Perception's
You're
reality.
not. Yeah,
You will
you're
never
not.
convince them
Perception is
Exactly.
reality.
Exactly.
You're right. They
It
heard
was
it
crazy,
somewhere.
though.
They probably read it on some damn
I
forum.
was like, you
Yeah.
10 grand
I know.
markup? I was like,
Yeah.
I want to go work at that dealership.
Yeah,
I thought it was
right.
like $7,000 to your crooked shits, but
It's just on this.
It's just on his Ram.
that's what it was.
That's the friend
Those
markup.
low profile tires cost.
Bring Larry in and give him lots of shit to read.
The Ram with the Corolla tires looks great. You talk about sharp.
Those tires were $2,000. We got it for $300 down the
He
road.
bottomed out on a pebble.
That's it. That's it. What nationality is it? It's a mix, but it's a bad mix. It's a bad mix. So he's not the smartest. So all right, you ready, Rick?
Yes, sir.
If you won the lottery, what is the most completely unnecessary thing you would buy?
Number one answer, Tom, is penile enlargement. No. No, this is corny as hell. My kids and girlfriend Jamie will laugh at me, but I would buy the Stroh's Beer Company, dude. Bring back that stuff strong and hard.
Attaboy.
It's coming back in the Midwest, dude, from Detroit. That would be like if I was just gonna splurge. Otherwise, I'm old. I would be logical. I would seriously buy my kids houses, pay them off. Friends, I would seriously. It depends on how big the lottery is, but.
Right.
But if I was just splurging, it
Yeah.
would be something like that. Stroh's beer,
Right.
maybe Stroh 80,
Yeah, Stroh 8160.
right? Come up with Stroh cigar or
Are
something
you
like
related?
that.
Is that straw related to you? Is
I
is there a
wish
relation
like
there?
hell.
No? Okay.
I don't know if I really wish, because they lost the company and sold it to Coors
Yeah.
way back. But yeah, it's still in existence, and you can still get the beer, just not here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got a ridiculous amount of Stroh's paraphernalia in
yeah.
my basement.
He'll make you drink Stroh 80 if you go into the bar and ask him for a free
The
drink.
house
because he's
drink,
the owner.
Stroh 80.
Yeah.
Stroh 80.
Did you ever do it, Larry?
Oh,
Come on, bro.
Straw 80?
Yeah.
I give it a shot.
Have you
No,
ever,
buddy, we
have you
gotta
ever
go
drank,
do her.
have you
yeah.
ever drank gasoline? It's like 10 times worse.
But
It's-
I lived off Yukon Jack for a solid decade.
Okay.
So
Oh, he's game. He's
Yeah,
game. Let's
but-
do her.
You'll still be mad.
I'll tell you what. After that decade, you know what I said? I'm 40. It was bad. It was bad. It was a bad decade. So
Maybe that's what happened to Australia.
yeah, that's what it was. Then.
50?
Holy shit! What year is it?
Yeah, right.
I woke up naked and wet. And I didn't know what it was. What year is it?
Just Biden every day.
Is Clinton still the president?
Are you making fun of me? I've heard this story. It's in the mirror.
Oh yeah.
Every morning.
I know there's a God because he's laughing at me too.
All right, Landon. If you won the lottery, what is the most completely unnecessary thing you would buy?
So this is another, again, man, you asked some good questions.
They are
Larry.
good
Truthfully.
questions, man. These
Thank
are
you.
party
I've loved
questions.
them.
Yeah.
Just keep the party going.
Yeah. There's two of them. If it's big enough, I'm buying the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm buying them. I'm rocking them. I know we just won the Super Bowl because I know that was 2 days ago, which I don't know when this will air, but 2 days ago we won it. So, yeah, my wife and I were
You
talking
should
about
buy
this question.
Philadelphia a new downtown.
Nah. Broad Street's screwed, but like
That's one hell of a way to celebrate.
You want to be king of the biggest
EAG.
asshole fan base
Yeah.
on the planet.
I love
They
it.
are. They're
I'll
horrible.
take it.
Dude, right?
They're horrible.
I saw
They grease
that
the holes, the poles. So what do? Tear them down.
in New Orleans. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the thing. Please don't climb the poles. Cool.
Yeah.
We'll just tear them down and carry them down the street.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I would buy the Eagles. That would be great. I love the Eagles. I've been through all of that. People say I'm a bandwagon fan. I've been a fan for a long time. So seen the downs and ups.
And he spells like an Eagle fan.
I do. EAGLJK.
They do. They pause in that E and L. They're
Yeah,
like,
I'm like,
"Ooh,
oh,
G,
what
L."
It's hilarious. It's
what is
almost
next? No, my kids sing that song every Sunday, and I love it. But
Yeah.
more realistic, because that's a lot of money, I feel. More realistically, man, I would just completely unnecessary and probably not ever what I should spend my money on, but I've spent a lot of money on it over the years.
Can I guess? Can I guess?
Yeah, go ahead.
You can buy a bunch of shoes, aren't you?
He's got one of everything.
That was close.
already.
My wife asked me, she's like, why
Okay.
wouldn't you buy shoes? I was like, no.
Amazon.
Tattoos, man. I would finish up because I don't have like my arms done, my legs done. I have plans for all of those.
Right.
So yeah, I would get just tattooed out, man. I would probably take, if I won the lottery, I would just sit in a tattoo chair as long as I could for every day.
And now they can
and get
erase them
finished.
and you can start over
Yeah,
again.
exactly. It's like a whiteout board.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen
Like,
Pete
what was it?
Davidson?
Pete Davidson, I
Pete
heard, got 'em
Davidson
all.
has.
Yeah, they
he
can
had
all
so
but
many, and they're
erase 'em.
done.
Like
now.
laser or still
Yeah,
is
laser. Yeah,
Okay.
it's
Is
laser.
it clean?
It
Yeah.
looks, dude. I'm sure when you
He
spend
said
his
it's
kind
painful
of money,
though. He said you have to go in for like
It's crazy,
per
dude.
tattoo is like 4 or 5 sessions and an hour each session. But I'd get my arms done, get my legs done.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
I
good
would-
pain. That's a.
It is a
good
great pain.
dude.
I love
No,
it.
I have no tattoos.
Really,
I've been watching Ink Master religiously, so
Oh, yeah.
I'm leaning towards it. So
Yeah.
dude.
He's got tattoos all up and down his arms. He's got blacklight tattoos,
Yeah, I
which
see
are cool.
those. I see the
Actually,
tats,
Yeah, I mean, I've got.
I used
I've
to
got
hang at the club back in the day.
We've got the chest tattooed out. But yeah, I think that would be my biggest thing is because I'm a big guy. I got a lot of canvas.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I'm with you.
The one upside. Not
God-
flying on a plane.
That's why I
but
said-
canvas.
God always gave me a lot of canvas because he knew I like tattoos. So yeah, I'd get that stuff done, man.
Yeah.
And just knock it out the park.
That's a great
Yeah.
answer. I love it. All right, Landon. What's the next question? Would you rather have a 1-minute conversation with your future self or your past self? 1 minute.
Future self. Yeah, future self through and through. One, I'm not gonna listen in the past. I'm not. I don't
Okay.
care what I tell myself for a minute.
I was going to ask you that.
Yeah, you're not going to convince yourself. Otherwise, I was a stubborn kid. I was a stubborn 20-year-old. Not a chance I'm going to listen to whatever I say. You invest in this company. My guy would be like, what are you talking about? You're weird.
Do they sell shoes and tats?
Yeah. Are you a car salesman? Because you sound like one. No, but I would honestly go to the future and just make sure where my kids ended up.
Yeah.
Make sure everybody's okay. And then figure out how many championships the Eagles won at that point. So I think.
What happens when you go in the future and you're not there?
So
Solid.
it lets me know a lot though at that point.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, of course.
But if I'm there in the future,
Right.
and where I should be would be my wife and my kids, hopefully, or at least a minute long enough to where I could see what's happening.
Right.
So whether I'm there or not, that's not the important thing.
Right.
The important thing is where are my kids? Where's my wife? Is everybody happy? So that would be my biggest thing.
This has so far been one of my favorite questions to ask on this podcast, just to get where people's heads are at. You know
I've
what I
seen
mean?
a couple of them, and I'm like, man, that's a good answer.
Yeah, they've had some really good answers, man.
Yeah.
So far, one of my reigning favorite answers is, I'm going to ask you first, Rick, and I'll talk it. Rick, would you rather have a 1-minute conversation with your future self or your past self?
Well, since you brought up would I listen to myself, I mean, truly, I don't know. I didn't listen to my parents. I mean, obviously, I did not about almost anything. But I still would go, I would still have a conversation with myself in the past.
Yeah.
Because of things like time, spending time. And it wasn't that I ever wanted to spend time away from my kids. It was not my first choice by any means. But if work got in the way, sometimes work got in the way. But that's how I was raised.
Yeah.
I would still do it. I would still give it a shot because it's worth it. I'd really think. Because your heart, as you get older, you wish you had done some things.
Right.
You have regrets, man. And people go, "Oh, don't regret." Man, I'm just wired different or something. I have regrets.
Everybody's got them.
There's a lot of people that, I would be a little bit wiser,
Right.
so I could give my kids a better life.
Yeah.
They're all turned out amazing. Seriously, I will say,
Amazon right
I
now.
am true. Yes, that's part of my other question. There's
Invent
another answer
Amazon.
that's coming up. Yeah, right. But I mean, there's in a minute. That's a damn quick minute, probably.
Yeah,
Right.
60 seconds, man. That's the hard part.
Right.
Yeah, totally, dude.
You can't convince me. You know what I'm saying?
No,
you can't convince
but if you truly,
anybody in a minute.
this is truly like a Back to the Future question.
It is.
I mean, it really is.
Yeah. Yeah.
But maybe tell them who to bet on
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
in that Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Right.
2025, bet on the
And that might be the smartest thing, truly,
Yeah.
because I mean that's why we work so goddamn much, because we don't have the money.
But when you go in the past, here's what I wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
Like right now, say your future self came and talked to you now and says, you need to get the health under control, man.
Right.
And do you listen? I mean, you know you need to do it right now.
Yeah.
Would listening to yourself in the future convince you? Do you see what I'm saying?
I agree with you. I completely agree.
If old, like even more gray Larry showed up and he's like, "Look, man, it's going to be a problem wiping your ass someday. So you need to, you need to start working out."
Yeah.
Okay, and then I'd say, "Yeah, you're right. I got the warning,
Yeah.
but am I going to get on that treadmill tomorrow? I don't know."
Yeah.
Well, like I said, if you didn't listen to anyone else in your life that really mattered to you at any one given point,
That's the
I
hard
would
part.
think you would listen to yourself.
Right.
I would think.
Yeah.
I would think.
Right.
I don't know.
I mean,
That's
completely
tough.
crazy.
I just want to
hypothetical.
check in.
As the
I don't
leader
even
of
care if I
Japan
talk to
said,
myself.
I don't answer hypothetical questions.
And
Yeah.
I think that's. I mean, and also you go deeper into that question, the butterfly effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So all of a
Good
sudden you
call.
tell yourself in the past, "Hey, invent Amazon,"
Yeah.
and you're like, "Cool,"
And then
you're
you're like what's his name?
Bezos. Yeah, you're the next Bezos. Cool.
Yeah, right.
Now, what family do you have though? Do you have the same family? Did you follow the same track to marry
Yeah.
the same person to have the same kids?
Can I see
Well,
talkie on these?
What's that, buddy?
What are these at?
Oh, they're down.
Can I see talkie on?
You got one over there?
I'm sorry, your kids.
No, you're good. Yeah. That's the thing. I mean,
Yeah.
just looking at that and saying the butterfly effect because you watch. I mean,
It's another great movie.
Yeah, yeah, it is. I was
It
gonna
is
say
crazy.
Ashton Kutcher.
It is crazy.
Yeah, watching those movies and you just think about it. And
Yeah.
my wife's watching a show right now. It's called Once Upon a Time, and it's all about storybook characters and all that kind of stuff in real life.
Yeah.
But they're like talking about like they went back to the past because of some spell, and you're like, the littlest thing changes everything. She broke a branch
So true.
and it made a noise and distracted somebody so that something didn't happen. And you're like, oh my God, like if I went back to the past self and said, even if I listened, hey
Yeah.
man, bet on the Eagles in 2025.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Cool. I bet all my money on the Eagles, every cent I've ever saved up. I know I have to bet on these guys. And then I bet now I'm a millionaire, billionaire, whatever. And it's like, oh crap, now what?
Yeah.
Now what do I do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I got
you're
my
not wrong.
I got my tattoos. I got my money.
Again, why they say the multiverse is
Yeah,
not,
it is.
not theoretically
It's crazy.
possible.
Yeah.
But then I've heard other theorists say
Yeah.
that it's impossible that that's not
Yeah.
a thing.
I know.
So
I know.
who the fuck?
It is
knows?
crazy to think about.
Adam brought that question to me when he said it. He texted to me. I'm like, that's a great question, man.
It is.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of question Adam Vokey has. Here's the one that I came
Adam
up with.
Vokey, the
Vokey.
deep guy.
Freaking
Please.
Vokey.
He's not just all cuddly.
He's not. We're there we go. Okay. This is the one that I came with. This is my favorite question. Landon, if you could time travel to... Oh, no. I'm sorry. I jumped it. Landon, if you had to fist fight any beloved figure in history, who would it be?
I've been waiting for this one. No. First of all, I just need to dive a little bit deeper. Do I have to win this fist fight?
Just
Is it
fist
like
fight
I
him.
have to
No,
win,
no.
or I just get to get in a couple shots?
You get to take a swing, yeah.
I'm giving them both. Beloved. I mean, that's the biggest word there.
That
is
is the
beloved.
tough part.
Well, yeah, because you're
Because
going
if
to
you
go
just
back
say
and
history,
fight.
it's Hitler.
Yeah, that's what my
yeah,
daughter
bro.
said. She's like, Hitler? I was
Yeah,
like,
but
no,
he's not
beloved.
beloved.
That's why I put that word in there,
Yeah,
because everybody's
bro,
answer would
it
be
is tough.
Hitler, Napoleon.
Yeah.
Because you would instantly be a fucking villain.
Yeah, you would. Yeah.
Saddam Hussein, that would be
So
the
I-
answer for everybody. So
Yeah.
That's
So
why I
I-
said beloved.
I guess I got two. One is if I have to win that fight, Mother Teresa. I'm taking her out.
Yeah.
I'm going to win that fight hands down. It's going to be one round.
Yeah.
I'm going to Conor McGregor her and walk off like a king. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But two, my true answer is, and I can't, what did I tell you?
told me
Christopher
Columbus.
McDonald.
Oh, that's right.
Christopher,
The owner of
I think it was
McDonald
Christopher
Toyota.
McDonald. I don't know. Somebody's going to fact check me. I don't care. But I think it's Christopher McDonald, the guy who invented golf. Because I golf and I hate it, and a lot of people love it, and I dump so much dang money into that thing.
Right.
And everybody, I think a
There's
lot of
that
people would
time,
agree.
folks.
I would fist fight that mofo so hard. Like, why did
fair.
you invent this damn
That's
game? I've gone golfing with Rick. He sits in the cart and drinks. He's fine.
Fuck it. I'm driving. I'm cool.
But no, I'm fighting him.
Well, you're
I'm fighting him
punching me.
hands down.
Well, are you punching me? Who are you?
You whack a ball,
Yeah.
Robin Williams. You whack a ball and you chase it.
yeah.
That is the
I'm
best.
fighting
Dude.
him.
Is how
The shit.
that Robin Williams' explanation on how
golf.
James Bond golf.
Awesome.
Fuck no, 18 holes. No, fantastic.
Yeah.
Those are great answers.
That is a good
McDonald,
answer.
you had to research X. I had
Yeah.
you said it. I'm
I
like,
think, I don't want to get my phone too close to the mic, but I had it
I'm actually
screenshotted
one
in
of his
case I needed it.
iPhones.
I'm starting to think so too.
Yeah, 'cause
Oh,
every time I
weird.
put it behind
yeah, we
me.
don't hear anything now. That's-
Yeah, I'm
Well,
full
that's
of-
because they actually work.
yeah, shut up.
all right. Rick.
So it said Charles Blair MacDonald was the father of golf. So I don't know if he invented it, but he was the father.
He's the guy who added the 18 holes. It was just one originally. He's like,
Just
fuck
one.
it. We want to stay away from the ladies. We're going to add 17 more.
Yeah, yep. So I'm, yeah.
My wife's
I have-
on my ass. Let's do this 17 more times.
Yeah, yeah.
I really don't want to mow today.
Right? I want to hang out with you fellas. And that's a nice skirt.
We need a girl to deliver us beers. What do we call her? A cart girl.
Yeah, right?
Girl.
Fucking A.
From McDonald.
That's funny.
All right, Rick. If you had to fist fight any beloved figure in history, who would it be?
Man, this is a tough one.
I've heard some amazing answers so far. I ain't gonna lie to you.
So I'm as much as I liked history, I didn't spend enough time on it probably, but it always annoyed me how much people like thought Gandhi was the shit. So that little scrawny Indian who like starved himself. I mean, I wish I would fast more, but yeah,
It'd be Gandhi.
yeah, bro, I'm beating his ass.
That was my answer.
Oh, what? Shut the fuck
Yeah,
up.
no, that's what I.
What? There you go, dude.
I picked him because he hasn't eaten.
Like
so he's
before
weak.
this or just now?
No, before this. Like episode 1. That was my.
Oh,
answer.
shush! I never. No offense, I haven't seen this before. Wow.
Yeah.
There you go, dude.
That's what I thought. Because like I said, he'd be weak. He hasn't eaten in 2 weeks. So
I hope it doesn't just come down to that. When I'm
Mother
drinking, I'm pretty
Teresa, I'm
tough. So depends on how much I've drank. Now I know I just get winded. Back in the day, I could at
I
least
got
chase
like
him down.
3 punches till I'm just tired.
He's gonna lose something.
He's just rubber banding you the whole
Yeah,
time.
dude.
Yeah.
Or maybe he can sweet talk me because he was such a pacifist. So you know, I'm willing to listen.
that's the other thing.
And then I would
He's not
serve him
gonna
a
fight
beer
back.
afterward. No,
He's not
no.
gonna fight back.
No, that's true. I'd beat his ass and then serve
You
him a
never
beer.
know. You never know, man. My other answer was Buddha, and I guarantee you, Jack that
Yeah,
fat
dude.
bastard.
I was
in the
just
mouth
gonna
once.
say that too, bro.
He's gonna get up and be like, "Oh hell no!"
Yeah,
no.
but there's like a billion of them,
Yeah.
so they chase you down.
yeah.
There's a lot of Indians too, man. There's like 2 billion of them. So
Or Mother Teresa. I don't know if that's a good answer because she's gonna see you're well fed and be offended by that. Be like, you got starving people around here. You eat well and you want to fight?
and nobody likes a woman beater. But anyway,
I'm taking her out. If I have to win it, I'm taking her out.
kids
I don't know about the
nowadays.
golf.
Kids nowadays, they beat women.
All right, Rick.
What up?
If you could time travel to see any musical artist in their prime in concert, who would it
Body.
be?
Wait, can I guess?
You can guess.
I want to guess on this one
Okay,
just
let's
because
guess.
I think I know Rick well enough.
Yeah.
So there was 2 guesses, but I think the main one was going to be Elvis.
Oh, fucking A, dude.
Yep.
You know
Yeah?
it.
It is skate.
you know it.
I knew it was either Elvis or Kiss.
Oh,
Kiss
good
in
call.
their prime.
That's on my list. That's
Yep.
what
I knew it was going to be one
I
of those
said
2.
Alice Cooper in his prime,
Yep.
Kiss in their prime, dude. I would love Sinatra.
Oh, yeah,
there's
the
so
Rat
many.
Pack, dude.
Louis Armstrong.
What
dude.
year? What year? Now I'm gonna
You
stick
know
you
what?
to a year for Elvis.
I hate to say this. I any and all Elvis, and I mean it. And honestly, as much as I love Elvis, he's on my phone plenty, but primarily because of our dad, Brian and Jolene, and our dad, Rick Strode the first. We grew up listening to Elvis. He'd crank it up, dude, and sing it a little bit. As much as my dad was pretty reserved, well liked by a lot of people. Yeah, Elvis.
That's been a very popular answer on this.
I'm sure,
Elvis.
dude. I'm sure.
And I tell you why.
He's coming.
Elvis, there's never been another artist in history that is more well recognized by any generation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The only one that came close was someone said Johnny Cash might come close.
Yeah,
I don't think nowhere like Elvis or Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson was huge,
especially around grade schools. But
You've had Macaulay Culkin on here.
He came from grabbing himself. So Elvis never did. Elvis wiggled. Yeah. But there had no pedophilia involved.
That movie that came out, five years ago or 4 years ago? Or
that guy from Australia. I think
he was great.
Yeah, the Elvis
ruined his voice
because they didn't show him from the waist down on TV, right?
I mean, Ed Sullivan.
He was just he was the groundbreaker,
Which there you go. I mean, that's the whole racist thing. I swear that's orchestrated by the government.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, because truly, Elvis got most of that moves, that soul from the black community growing up in black churches, which that movie truly gives them credit for Elvis, and I think he does. I mean, he's in that movie. He's hanging out with other black artists. Because he felt comfortable and at home with those people. Yeah.
Because of the voice he had.
Yeah, he was just so comfortable because that's where he grew up.
Yeah.
And nothing wrong with that at all.
It wouldn't be crazy, Rick. The thing for me to start this question is to actually be in the room with that energy.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
I just want to see all the chicks take their clothes off because he's up there wiggling. I mean,
yeah.
I'll be his bouncer
on stage.
First
bras on stage at a concert.
Although at this age, that screaming would just get my ears ringing.
At this age, 20 years ago. But seriously, the dude just charisma. Yeah. And I mean, his whole story, if it's how accurate, that's the sad part, is how accurate. We got to go by what we hear. Yeah, right?
He's still alive.
He's on an alien aircraft somewhere. Or at Area 51.
He's playing Santa in a mall somewhere.
him Tupac and Biggie. Gotcha. All right, Landon, if you could time travel to see any musical artist in their prime in concert, who would it be?
My daughter said Taylor Swift, and I wanted.
She's still alive.
I was really angry about that. No, mine was, and I didn't think about this until you had asked him, kind of what era of Elvis, but Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, that's a great answer.
That is solid.
I think my second would be The Who, just because my dad loved them, going off of kind of the dad and those kind of things. The Who, my dad loved The Who.
Yeah.
But yeah, mine is going to be Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
And honestly, man, to be when he played the national anthem, dude, like that would have been just in my mind prime him.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, because we've seen a lot of artists and kind of the older, like the Kiss stuff. They're still, those kind of things. But
Zeppelin.
To see Jimi Hendrix just play the guitar.
Yeah.
It would have been just outstanding.
Upside down, right?
Upside down.
Yeah.
Played it left-handed.
Yeah. Left-handed, right hand. Like, that dude could just play.
Right.
And, I mean, I think that's one of my biggest things is just being like, man, that would have been incredible. And nowhere near Jimi Hendrix, but John Denver. John Denver would have been cool, too.
Good.
Yeah.
It'd be also crazy to be in that room and tell people around you that you're enjoying this, but do you realize how huge this will be?
That's like that. That's like that going back in time and just being like, hey, just pop it up and be like, hey, man, you realize how crazy this is going to be,
dude, right?
Yeah.
Well, they're going to watch this for years and years to come.
You go to Back to the Future, since a lot of these questions are kind of around that.
Yeah.
When he's
playing the
Chuck
guitar.
Berry, dude.
Oh yeah, when he's playing the guitar.
It's insane. Like no joke.
Yeah.
When they started to play that way.
Because doesn't someone get sick or something, and he's got to take over? Marty McFly has to take over the guitar
with a screwdriver. Or
yeah,
whatever.
That's right. And
so
then he starts
playing like,
and they're like,
he visioned Chuck Berry would play. Yeah. And the guy calls his cousin Chuck.
Yeah,
this is your cousin Marvin.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. Dude. So true.
Crazy.
That was crazy.
Well, Jerry Lee Lewis lighting his piano on fire.
Oh my gosh!
It's like seriously,
Great Balls of Fire.
Yeah, dude.
Oh man,
playing with his foot and stuff.
And like you said, I mean, Rat Pack. I mean, there's a ton of people out there that we haven't seen
in Vegas, dude. That had to be classy as shit.
Yeah,
man.
Frank Sinatra, Sammy, all those guys.
So classy.
Yeah, great.
Pretty good, great answers, man. That's a fun question.
Oh, we love it. Yeah.
Although mine's way not as cool as yours, but mine was Motley Crue. I go back to those.
Oh hell yeah, Motley.
Crew, man.
Yeah. I went back in the day plenty of times now, and the tickets were a quarter of what they are now.
Yeah.
They were a quarter.
Well, they used to
and
sell.
Vince still only sang every fourth word back then, like he does now.
Yeah.
for 4 times the price of the ticket.
That's because he had sex 14 times before the show. He's tired.
True. Love the crew, man, but Vince live, nah.
All right, Rick.
What up?
If you could, if you could time travel to witness any moment in history, what would it be?
Dude, I had a whole list of them, and like you said, invest in Amazon.
Yeah.
The day the stock market opened, right before they discovered gold in California, right before they hit oil in Texas. Yeah, there's too dang many. I mean, truly tough because honestly, like you said, getting back to time with your kids.
Yeah.
My children's birth is up there.
That's a good one.
That is, I mean, seriously, like because as frantic as you are as a new dad, and truly, even as 15 and having Chloe and when Cabry was born and Gage, dude, I mean, like seriously, you appreciate it, and truly, I think in a way, whether there's a God or not, I believe in God, but that's what affirms your belief in God because you're like, holy shit, how did I just create this person?
Right.
I mean, it is life changing, but sadly, even more than that, I truly the birth of Christ.
Oh,
You
man.
talk a pivotal time in our history. More wars fought over religion. Just, I mean, I'm not saying it's not true.
Right.
I'm not saying that at all. I believe in Jesus Christ. I mean, I haven't read it. I wish I had. Bill O'Reilly has a book about, the real person of who Jesus Christ was. Have you read it?
It's good, yeah.
Solid, dude. That's
It
badass. But I think what has shaped history probably more than that. I mean, everything, our time.
Yeah.
How the hell did we all agree that it is 2025? It all goes back to the birth of Christ, right?
Charlie Kirk talks about that.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, Charlie Kirk, if you guys know him, he talks about. They're like, "Why are you a Christian? Why do you believe it?" And he's like, "Because there's no other, book in the world that so many people believe. There's no other." I mean, he just lists them, and you're like listening to him.
Yeah.
You're just like, holy smokes, man.
Yeah,
That's
I'll
true,
have to
man.
listen to it.
Yeah, it's good.
It is probably the most pivotal time, at least in our, I would say, in our recorded history, I guess I should say. So I think that would probably, as much as I would love to see my kids born again, I would have to go back to the birth of Christ.
That's going to be a question in future episodes is what moment in your history would you go back?
Yeah, there you go.
What moment would you relive in your history?
Yeah.
So you might be back for that one, Rick. All right.
Solid.
Landon, what's one piece of history you go back and check out?
Rick's gonna hate this because he's not into conspiracies. But I want to go back and JFK. I want to go back.
He just released it all.
I know, but before.
Yeah.
Every answer on this damn near is a conspiracy theory.
It is.
Almost
It is.
everyone, yeah.
The crazy part, my daughter was like saying all the things that I lived, like 9/11 and all this kind of stuff to kind of like what she had missed. And I was like, man, now I feel real old. But JFK was such a mystery for so long. Of course, long before I was born, those kind of things. But to know what you were watching for and to really look and say, okay, is there one shooter? Is there 4 shooters? Is like all this kind of stuff. Man,
I don't think he's dead. I think he's hanging out with Elvis.
And
he's
Tupac
at a
and
mall
Biggie.
somewhere being
Tupac and Biggie there too.
He's
There
the
you
elf
go.
at the mall for Elvis. No,
You had to get away from him.
I think just being there
Yeah.
in such a dramatic fashion of what happened. And all
Another
that kind of
pivotal
stuff.
point in
Exactly.
history. Truly,
Yeah,
it
is.
changed a lot. Camelot
Yeah.
was dead.
Right.
I mean, like literally, like
Yeah.
the innocence of America, even with Bay of Pigs and all that other stuff. I'm sure it was just like, Jesus,
Yeah.
what's next?
I mean,
Like,
and just looking at like
devastating.
the stuff because it came out. Some of the documents came out long before. A couple of
they were
years
supposed
back,
to release
right?
it was supposed to be 50 years from the event. So
Yeah,
I
and
think
so
it was
it's-
like 10 years ago. or
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And then now they're releasing everything and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But like
unredacted. That's the big thing.
the unredacted,
Not blacked out.
exactly. But like watching like some of the documentaries you've seen and like that have just been made over the years. That JFK thing has always like I don't believe in a ton of conspiracies. That JFK one would just have been interesting to be there, just kind of knowing what happened, and you're like, okay, I got to watch the grassy knoll, or I got to watch what where's this, where's that, and yeah, I think that would be interesting. I think it'd be really cool.
Yeah, it's
The
solid.
kid question was much more deep, but
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I don't like conspiracy theories because I feel like I hate being lied to.
Yes.
It's not that I don't believe
Agreed.
them. And the more you listen to podcasts, and the more you listen to contemporary
and-
history now,
Unless
it is
you're listening
about
to the
those-
Plead the Fifth podcast, everything on that is true. All right, true.
it is a pivotal point in American history. Definitely. I mean, and at this point, I hate to say it, I think our government had something to do with it, man.
Yeah,
that sucks.
I do.
That fucking sucks,
And
but it's
Marilyn
probably
Monroe.
true.
See, my answer
Mafia.
to that, I had two answers to that.
Yeah.
My first answer is the beginning of time, the Big Bang, or
Yeah.
is there a God that formed this in 7 days?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd want to know how it started.
Adam and Eve stuff.
Yeah, but it goes back to the old joke. You've heard that joke, right?
No.
Little boy talking to God,
Uh-uh.
and he says, "Hey God, is it true that a second to you is or a second to us? A second to you is a million years to us." And God says, "Yeah, that's true." And he says, "So a penny to you is like $1 billion to me, right?" And God says, "Yeah, I suppose that's true." And the kid says, "Great, can I have a penny, God?" And God says, "Yeah, in a minute."
I haven't heard that.
No,
That's great.
I mean, it's relative, you know what I
Right.
mean? So
Right.
yeah, I get what you. That's it. Yeah. I mean that would answer a lot of damn questions
Right.
too. Obviously, the Big Bang.
And I'd also like to go
Not
back
the
and
one
see.
you're thinking of, Landon.
Yeah,
Big Bang Theory with Jim Parsons.
yeah. I'd like to see the Constitution or the Declaration of Independence.
I thought of those, bro.
because
Yeah.
Thought of those.
for what I said earlier, I'd always want to go back and see it just to see in the room, like, do you guys understand what's
Yeah.
happening right now?
What's about to go down?
You could be like
Yeah.
the guy in the pictures actually holding a cell phone.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
holy shit, that guy in
Yeah.
the picture has
Yeah.
a cell phone.
Wearing
A
your,
Starbucks
your
cup
Eagles
in
hat.
Game
Yeah.
of Thrones.
Yeah, they're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
This guy
Fucker
looks
Hot
weird.
podcast.
Why is he
Just on
wearing
that.
a life
Like-
preserver?
Yeah.
Back to the Future.
Yeah, man.
So much
Yeah.
about life
Yeah.
goes back
Exactly.
there about this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But that'd be, for me, that'd be
that's
That-
solid.
that'd
those
be
would
cool
be
to
huge.
see.
Yeah,
That'd be
that's
cool to
solid.
see.
Yeah.
But I'm shocked at how many conspiracy theories, the pyramids, that
Bro.
one.
I thought
mean,
about that too,
call.
man.
Yeah. To
Like
see-
I did
seeing
too.
how the
I
pyramids
did
are actually
too.
constructed.
Well,
and
and what the fuck? they're
Easter
holding?
Island.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and,
dude, right.
like,
How come they're buried?
yeah, those
Yeah.
things that you're like, oh, they just put them here in the
Yeah.
ground, like, you know.
So
Yeah.
true.
I've already brought this up, the podcast. I need to get the comedian that says it because it's a great joke. You've probably seen it online about the pyramids in Mexico. He's like, he goes, I don't know about those Egyptians, man. You know, who knows who built those pyramids? He goes, as a matter of fact, it shows you why Mexicans are the greatest workers on the planet. There's pyramids in Mexico. Nobody questions who made those damn things, you know? And it's true. Nobody
know,
questions
That was a good
it.
call.
We know that one. Those Aztecs. Yeah.
He's all, we got a quinceañera. We need to have these things up by Saturday. You know?
That's so
No,
funny,
no
man.
aliens. We got it. We got
That's
it. Don't worry
so
about
funny.
it. But it's true.
1-year-old
That's-
birthday parties.
That's hilarious. It's like Joe Rogan's got a stand up that's pretty old, and he goes, he's all, man, he's all, I don't know. I was watching TV, and there's these 3 lights over Mexico, and Mexico scrambled their air force to chase them down, and I was thinking like everyone else, like, what the hell? Mexico's got an air force?
Yeah.
Because that's when I was watching it. I remember watching it, thinking the same damn
Yeah,
thing, dude.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
so funny, dude.
The F-16's got a Virgin Mary. Spray paint outside of it.
The wheels say no
I'm
hunting.
cutting that out, by the way.
No hunting on the
Just
wheels.
Mother Mary as a pinup on a bomb.
It's all got one on the windshield. Mother Mary.
Yeah, so,
Oh, we have to
Yeah.
cut all that next all
Yeah.
this hour.
This won't be
We're
in
gonna lose
there,
all
but
of our
it's great.
customers.
Yeah. You guys will.
and someday Satan will be like,
Cello will never have another sale.
Yeah, right.
"Welcome to hell, Larry. Your cave is the one with the Mary on it. You think it's so damn funny?"
We're just gonna press play on your podcast.
Right. All right. Last question, boys. This one's kind of a
Yeah.
fun one. Landon, who's your favorite coworker of all time?
Rick Stroh.
Damn. I knew that was coming.
I did work with Rick. He was great. She'd kill me if I didn't say this. My wife was our receptionist at McDonald's Toyota. That's where we met. That's where we started
You've already
dating.
got 2 kids with her. Stop.
We have to. Yeah, we have 2 great kids. Yeah, she's great. So, my wife. Yeah.
Bro.
That's a chicken shit answer, but okay.
Agreed.
Give me time to
Agreed,
regroup.
I'm playing.
Which is
She
why
listens to
Landon's
your
married.
podcast. That's not my
Which is
fault.
why Landon's married and Lundstrom's not.
Or Rick. Let's just make this clear. Neither
Or Rick.
married.
Okay.
You're welcome, babe.
Yeah, so if I offended
Sorry,
you,
Jamie.
if I offended you, I'll die alone if that makes you feel better. So it's fine, you know. So all right, Rick Stroh, who's your favorite coworker of all
Dude,
time?
I've got a list from hell because
Okay.
I'm so damn old. I've worked with everybody pretty much since Jesus Christ.
Larry Vickers. Adam Black. Aubrey Horton.
This is going
you want
out
me to
over
keep
the
going?
airwaves.
Dallas McCoy.
I was gonna.
I'll just keep going. I got them all.
I was gonna say Landon Doyle, but now I had to look way down my list.
No mas por favor.
Yeah, dude, I seriously have worked with some seriously some great people, and that's no joke. Landon's obviously we've had a lot of fun, and
Yeah.
I don't know if we're father, son, fucking brothers, whatever the hell we are.
He's Papa Rick to my
But
kids.
yeah, there you go.
It's been
There
great.
you go.
It's
But
been great.
I worked with Juan Ayala, man. We had a lot of stupid fun in my single psychosis days. Joe Whipple, man. Mike Bird. I loved Mike Bird. He was.
Who's the big guy you always told me about? It was real funny.
Me. He's talking about me.
Yeah, Larry. Yeah.
No, was he Italian? I don't know.
Oh, you're talking about Matt Gomez.
Matt Gomez.
Matt
There we
Gomez.
go,
Love
yeah.
Fat Matt.
For
dude.
I was
Pueblo.
gonna say,
Yeah, from
Yeah,
Pueblo,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Matt was great.
You love
dude.
talking
Love
about Matt. Yeah.
In fact, I need to call him.
Yeah.
I've worked with some John Clatworthy, Terry McAllister. I've worked with some big local people. But honestly, and part of this is a sentimental thing. At the time, I probably didn't like it so much. But my dad, dude. I mean, truly, as sad as it is, every day was work.
Yeah.
Even when and looking back, it's like, damn, I should have liked that more. My brother, I love working with my brother. At times, I didn't back in the day, and I'm sure he fucking hated it. But Trevor Bedsall, who's like a brother from another mother,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
I love
Hootenannies
Trevor.
and Sterling.
Yeah, bro.
Hootenannies.
Donnie Urick's awesome, dude. My crew now, seriously, good crew.
Maddie.
Yeah, dude. My
Allie,
nieces, I
yeah.
cherish working with my nieces.
Jamie.
But I've worked with Jamie.
Son-in-law.
Oh, yeah, dude. Jamie Perez.
Yeah.
But I will come back to Jeff. I miss Jeff.
Well, let me fine string this answer then.
Yeah.
Who have you gotten the most trouble with, coworker wise?
The most trouble.
Yeah.
Airport trip to Arizona.
Probably Landon Doyle.
yeah,
It's
okay.
probably true. Yeah, their McNugget challenge probably really.
Oh,
we
my
got
God,
cameras
yeah.
installed because of their McNugget challenge. Him in Dallas.
Yeah.
And the crew at the time. So yeah, but ultimately the people, and I mean this wholeheartedly, my kids.
Yeah.
Dude,
huge.
my kids have been awesome. They've worked at the bar, literally cleaning the bar in the morning before we opened because they weren't working when it was open.
Yeah.
But at the restaurant, my girls, seriously, there's something about your kids watching the shit you preach as a dad,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
stuff you'd say to your kids that you don't say to the general public.
Yeah.
All the stuff my dad said to my brother and I,
Yeah.
and my nieces, watching them take that, absorb it, use it, and become better,
Yeah.
more productive. Watching my girls seriously almost nail every interview, every job because of the stuff I said that it wasn't just BS. And Gage, dude, watching him upsell, back at barbecue out at the racetracks and stuff, dude, seriously, that's the most fulfilling. But, the most fun, truly just dinking around, probably this goofy redhead right here. We didn't sell many cars at the time.
We did.
but it was hard to sell those damn Jeeps.
We didn't, but we had a great time.
Yeah,
had a great
McDonald's love us.
We started same time at Ehrlich.
At Ehrlich,
At the Ehrlich.
yeah.
It was a month apart.
and we both
And
got stuck over at the
Buddy.
Dodge store.
We had,
Yeah.
and that's why I said Rick Strode kind of joke, but
But
it is true.
It is true.
I learned a lot from him in the car business and just in life in
Some
general.
old guy preaching at you. 'cause
Yeah.
there wasn't
I
very
mean, it
many
was,
examples to use.
His nieces didn't work with us. His son-in-law didn't work with us, so he had to preach at me. But
yeah, kind of a
yeah.
adopted son.
no,
situation.
it was great. And again, my kids have been raised to call him Papa Rick. And
Yeah, dude.
when we
very
talked
cool.
about
It was cool.
doing this, that's why I was like, me and Ricky Stroh, man,
Yeah.
like we got to get
And
at it.
it's a
and-
no-brainer.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
it
comfortable
is.
as hell.
It's fun as hell. Ryan and all those guys,
Oh, yeah.
your brother, your
Family.
nieces, I've worked with them. I've talked to them and those
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of things. You've known wife, ex-wife, all those kind of things. But yeah, man, I think,
Ex-ex-wife. Oh,
just two.
yeah, right.
Yeah, and I mean, Dinty, I've known them
Oh, yeah.
and Kudrons and all those kind of
Yeah,
things.
you've sold half my family at this
Yeah,
point.
I have. I've sold half of them cars.
Yeah, Landon would help me with the paperwork.
But no, it's been real great. I mean, that's
Yeah.
truthfully probably how Larry and I first met
Yeah,
was because
yeah.
of Rick.
Yeah, 100%.
He was a manager. Larry came in. I talked to
Yeah.
him. But no, it's been I mean, one of my most fun memories, just through Christmas parties, through
Oh, yeah.
just day in and day out, has
Yeah,
definitely.
because the crew
been-
you have now is good. I love Sean.
No, yeah,
love
Sean, Craig,
Alan. They're all good
We've
people.
We've both worked
Yeah,
with all the
dude.
guys I work with in
Yeah.
Sterling, and it's been great. And I love all those guys to death. But no, it's definitely been a great time with Rick
Yeah,
and the
thanks.
times we've had and shared over the
Love you,
past
big guy.
5 years, 6
Yeah, dude,
years.
right?
So yeah,
It's been solid.
It's been great.
Very awesome. That's great, man. Well, guys, that's it for the questions, man.
Sweet.
What'd you think?
Awesome questions, dude.
Yeah.
These would be questions, you guys. Whoever's watching this debacle
Or doing next.
or doing whatever, you seriously should copy these photos or these photos. You should take a screenshot of these questions, write them down, whatever. The next party you're at, next dinner party,
Yeah.
your dinner party will have no stupid silence, no
Right.
uncomfortable silence. Ask questions like this. We actually went to a dinner party with a guy who works with McDonald's, and he asked interesting questions like this around the
Steve.
table. Yeah, dude, Steve Bowers,
Who was your first kiss?
very
And,
unique,
yeah, I mean,
very
it was
unique
cool.
individual.
Yeah.
The dude kept the party rolling.
Yeah.
And it wasn't crazy. It was just a nice dinner party
There was
with
probably
fruit
what,
cocktails.
10, 12 of us?
Yeah, dude. He knew how to make the dinner party interesting.
Whole
It
table-
wasn't
whole
bored. There was
table
no
in it.
awkward silence, even though they live a pretty high society lifestyle in Denver. So very few similarities between their life and our
Very
life.
different,
Right.
yeah.
But dude, the questions were so
It was hilarious.
it brought everybody together. It truly it was
Laughing and-
awesome.
I mean,
it was
our dinners got all taken home because we weren't even eating. We were just
it was
talking
good.
and joking.
So questions like this seriously
Yeah.
add to the quality of your life. And I'm serious. That sounds cheesy, but it's true.
Yeah.
Larry does a great job.
Yeah.
We,
Well,
thank you.
When those
Yeah, props
questions,
to you, Larry.
When those questions
The
came
casting
through,
couch over there is weird. Off the camera.
Yeah. Don't touch,
Right?
touch the stain.
that
No.
black couch behind him.
Oh yeah. Anyway.
No, we loved it, and we even talked about it a couple times beforehand.
Yeah.
We were like, man, these questions.
Yeah.
And they're amazing.
I didn't talk to anybody about it. None of my family even know I'm doing this.
Oh, see, my daughter knows.
Yeah, none of my
wife
family.
knows.
I just figure they'll figure it out once it starts showing up.
Yeah. Well, before we go, guys, I do want to say a thank you to the Brush Emporium for giving us this podcast studio down here. Landon, your second time here?
Yes, sir.
Your first time down here, Rick?
My first time here, second time on the podcast, because the first time was at the tap.
Yeah, I always laugh because Rick Stroh's been brought up in this damn podcast more than
So many
anybody.
times.
Oh my
His
god!
name has rang through these.
And I don't know
halls.
why. I'm so secretive.
That's
and so
because
quiet.
all your family's been on this damn podcast.
Well, that part's probably true. That part is true.
But thank you, Brush Emporium, 210 Clayton Street. These guys have been so awesome down here for letting me do this. They've been
Yeah.
so supportive, man. So if you want to support a small town business, which you always should, because when you don't support them, they go away, come down to 210 Clayton Street and get some grub, man. If you had the pizza down
Dude,
here, the
oh, yeah.
we walked in
Great.
upstairs, and I think half the town's here. I was like, I feel like we're
Pizza
walking into
and,
someone's house.
yeah.
Why are we
small
carrying these
vendors
beers?
everywhere. It was,
Yeah.
it was crazy.
Yeah.
man. But yeah, no, it's great.
It's a family-owned business, man.
Yes,
So-
Awesome. Oh, that deserves all of it right there. Because family business, you're married to the damn thing. This is why people miss out on family time.
Yeah.
Because they're all here working.
Then
That
they
is no
always
joke.
are.
That's how we were raised. You're all working together.
Right, that's all those are. And I mean, upstairs too, I always say, bring the kids down for a family night. They have all the board games there upstairs.
Oh, nice.
So you can
Very
sit down
cool.
and play some Monopoly, some
That's cool.
Battleship, Shoots and Ladders, whatever the old school thing is, man. So 210 Clayton Street, the Brush Emporium. Please make sure you support them. And also, if you like the podcast, in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen is a little red dot. That's our subscribe button. Click that. It's a small click for you, but a huge click for us, man. And having said that, guys, it's good to see you guys. Thank you so much for coming
Yeah,
out.
that's
Thanks,
awesome.
Larry.
Thank
Yeah,
you guys for
we
having us.
appreciate it, man.
Thanks for watching, everybody. That's awesome. Seriously.
We'll catch you guys next time. Peace. I'm going to take a picture of you.